sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com, click on the chat room button, join the conversation. If you want to watch a live broadcast, you can do that. Just go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream, and don't forget to click on the subscribe. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store. Now, how's everybody doing? I'm doing peachy king. Very peachy king. I actually got up early this morning. Couldn't believe it. Rolled out of bed early. So, we're going to go over a few things. Going to try to keep a little even tempo today. Try not to blow your speakers up. I stayed off of Facebook pretty much. I was on Facebook on and off, but stayed off of Twitter. That's the evil one. That's the evil one. That's got the evil shenanigans going on. So, Italy has now overtaken Greece as the primary rival point for immigrants into Europe. Italy has surpassed Greece as the preferred entry point for migrants into Europe, with arrivals into Greece dropping by 90% between March and April. Italian immigration taking up the slack. They're taking something up. During the last month, immigration into Greece fell to only 2,700, whereas Italy received more than 3 times that number, with a total of 8,370 migrants arriving in the same period. Vortex, the agency for the external border control in the European Union, released the figures on Friday, noting that the shift is due to a series of factors, including the agreement between the EU and Turkey and tighter border control applied by the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia at its border with Greece. The drop in the number of arrivals on the Greek island was dramatic. The total for all of April is well below the number of people we often saw reaching just the Isle of Lesbos. Oh, man. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? On a daily basis. During the last year's peak months, said Vortex Executive Director. And during April, Syrians were still the largest group among the migrants arriving in the Greek islands, followed by Pakistani, Afghani, and Iraqi nationals. Migrants into Italy, on the other hand, came primarily from Egypt and Nigeria during the same period, which saw no significant number of migrants arriving from the Middle East. As Breitbart News reported Friday, this began to change this past week, with hundreds of Syrian, Egyptians, and Iraqis arriving on Italian shores. Listen, that problem is not going to go away over in Europe. It is only going to get worse. It is going to get nowhere near better. Well, the migration will slow down sooner or later because they're going to run out of people. I just clicked on an article. For those that are having a bad morning, mid-afternoon, and if you're not in New England, in the north, be happy. It didn't snow. New England wakes up to snow mid-May. That's funny. That is... Oh, it's funny here because it's nice and toasty warm here in Florida. Oh, my God. I know that was totally a right turn from the article, but... I all right, this is not the greatest, man, but I bet all this shit started because someone told Trump he couldn't be president, and Trump said, "Hold my beer and watch this." That's funny. Yeah. Newt Gingrich is slamming Mitt Romney. He is slamming Mitt Romney. He is going on. Hang on. Here. He goes on. He says that Mitt Romney's the one that bothers him. Everybody went out and campaigned for the guy. Dropped what they were doing, campaigned, swallowed any issues that they had with the man. And now this is the same man that is he's one of the cheerleaders for the Never Trump movement. He has been attacking Trump nonstop. And this is a man that lost the slam dunk election, and some say because he wasn't conservative enough, because he was a moderate. And already Trump's passed Romney in the polls at primary voting, has gotten more votes than he did. He's going to, looks like, break the record for the most votes. But it's Mitt Romney out there. Maybe he's a little upset that the American people are choosing Trump. Maybe he's going through a midlife crisis and he's his feelings are hurt. I don't know. But he's acting like a child with this Never Trump bullshit. Maybe if he had done his job in 2012, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't be having the issues we're having today if he would have fought against the Democrats. I don't want to hear all the excuses. I've heard them all. There was voter fraud. There was this. There was that. The man had a slam dunk election, and all of a sudden, he quit fighting. There are so many different factions in it, and it's funny because the same people that are saying that they did not support Romney in 2012 are the same people that are parted Never Trump right now that Romney's helping. Does anybody see an issue there? The same group that screwed him over on his election, he is now hand in hand trying to screw another conservative out of the election. I don't understand it. I do not understand Mitt Romney at this point. He's God. It's mind-boggling. I'm kind of my numb right now. It's you would expect, especially since how bad Romney fucked up 2012, that he'd be trying to make up for it at least. Don't tell me he has a problem with Trump. Don't tell me he doesn't think Trump isn't conservative enough. Because they're all fucking excuses. Because when he needed someone to go out and campaign for him to try to help him with his election, who'd he call? He called Trump. And that's what makes me laugh. You know, CPAC's had him talking the last several years, guest speaker and all that. But now you hear a bunch of never Trump pussies running around. He's not conservative. He's a Democrat. Well, you know, for a Democrat, he's been doing a hell of a lot for the conservative party. He donated. Oh, God. The stupidity hurts my head. And yes, it's a stupid comment. It is a asinine comment. He donated. That's why you're not a billionaire. And don't talk. Koch brothers, they donate to both parties. They have for years. But the difference is you're not complaining because they're not running anybody against your weak candidate. And yes, I'm really starting to change my opinion on Cruz. Big time. You know, I didn't support him for president during the latter part of the primary. But I thought maybe he just took some bad advice. No, it sounds like that was his actual campaign. The man is crying. He just put out this video that, oh my God, comparing himself to Ronald Reagan. The delusion that's in that guy's head. It's the guy's lost it. He's lost touch reality. He's starting to believe all the bullshit. And I can't believe it. I'm just, holy shit. This election really showed, why the hell? I'm telling you, there's little gremlins in my headset. There we are. That sounds a lot better. There we are. Sorry about that. I could tell. What the heck? This is, I swear there's gremlins in my board. They're taking over. I don't know. It's between Romney and Cruz, it's like, holy shit. What drugs have these conservatives or so-called conservatives been on the whole time? Please tell me what drugs they're on. Cruz actually starting to think that he is a reincarnation of Reagan. He's starting to believe all the bullshit. It's one thing to compare your line of what you're doing and some of the things, but this man is actually thinking that he's Ronald Reagan. It's like, oh my God, I'm waiting for him to start calling out for Nancy. Have his wife change her name to Nancy. It's mind-boggling. It's got me speechless. Also, for the listeners, hopefully I'll have it up later on today on Facebook. If you want to hear me, I'll be on the Radio Jihad Network tonight. I'll be a special guest on Kel's show. Pretty honored. I'm kind of like, holy shit. She broadcasts out of Canada, and I think her co-host is out of England. I'm not sure. I think she does 2 shows, and the latter show is the one that I'm going to be guesting on tonight. And I'm just still like, okay. Dang it. Having a lot of issues with equipment over here today. But yet, what the hell is Romney thinking? And Cruz. You know, Cruz could be such a hero right now. He could be such a hero. He could have came out, you know what? It was a hard-fought, nasty primary. I know things were said back and forth between me and Trump. You know, it's what happens during primary season. You know, I don't consider him a friend, but you know what? He's the winner of the primary that people have spoken. I will help him with everything that he needs done. I will be back at a later time. This fight is not over, but right now it's not about me. I need my supporters to get behind Trump, and let's take this all the way to the White House. No, he's out there. I didn't get elected, but this isn't the end of it. The bad man spanked me, you know. I'm all upset, and I'm going to go in the corner and cry for a little bit. Jesus, grow the fuck up. He literally could have been such a hero and just come out and been like, yeah, we had a battle. Damn, that was a battle. Both of us went at each other tooth and nail. It's done. If there's any hurt feelings, it should be with me. Not my supporters shouldn't worry about what was said. Things are said during primaries. I'm a big boy. I'll talk with Trump and we'll handle it like men. No, he's trying to talk how he's Ronald Reagan. And what's funny is I've made that analogy with Trump and these never Trump retards. They go ape shit. Now, I'm not saying Trump's Reagan, but, you know, I've heard all this before. Oh, Trump's going to destroy the GOP. Ronald Reagan's going to destroy the GOP. Trump can't be president. He has no experience. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He used to be a Democrat. The hell was Ronald Reagan? He was a Democrat. And don't tell me he was a mild-mannered, never got upset. Bullshit. I have the video clip on my website of him flipping out, saying he paid for the money for the mic. It's his mic. As it was getting threatened to be shut off during a debate. Don't give me that bullshit. The man stood up and fought for what he wanted. That's what Trump did. Trump is not Reagan, but you know what? The same shit they said about Reagan, I'm hearing about Trump. Everybody holds Reagan to this high standard. To the point that Reagan couldn't even live up to his own standard, that the myth has been created about him. Now, I'm not trying to knock the man. It's not a knock. The guy was a great man. But people have exaggerated that, what he did and how he went about it. The myths are starting about the man. No one is going to live up to what people think about Reagan. No one is going to live up to this standard that people have set for Reagan. Reagan could not even reach that plateau. Talk more on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I should say welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the Reaver store. Sorry. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store. I just had an article up and I lost it. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. Don't you hate when you do that? No, not there. All right. I'm having one of the... There. Damn it. Had it. Here it is. Give a quick preview. I'll go over more tomorrow. 22% of resettled refugees in Minnesota test positive for TB. They have tested positive for TB, which is an increase in that area. It's... These refugees that are coming over there being resettled into the United States, they're having a TB outbreak. Yes. Isn't that fun? Because, yes, let's just put anybody and everybody through today. It pisses me off. And it's got me kind of tongue-tied. I mean, you are putting people into this country that they're getting pushed through the health screenings. Stuff's being overlooked. And this is the major issue I have with illegal immigration. Illegal immigration's... Hello, Kel. Illegal immigration, you get people coming into the country... And it's not just, okay, you think they're just carriers of diseases. Actually, everybody is. They're going to be coming into this country and not having an immune system to the diseases that we carry as Americans that our body is used to, just as they're bringing in diseases that their bodies are used to and ours aren't. And that's where you're going to get a breakout of these diseases. Diseases that have been pretty much dormant in the United States. You're going to see a major resurge with all this immigration influx. They're pushing the Syrians into the United States. They're pushing all the illegal immigrants that come in here. And no one's looking at the health issues that we got going on. And it's not just, okay, they're going to be infecting us. We're going to be infecting them just as much. See, I'm not just a bigoted asshole. I do care about their well-being, too. But, of course, then I get to hear, oh, that's just an excuse you're coming up with. How would you know anything about that? And, yes, I've heard all these arguments before. How would I know about the medical end? Take a guess. Take a wild guess. All right. All right, let's get back on track. Let's try to stay on track today. If you would stop interrupting me, I would stay on track. I tell you, I'm always interrupting myself. So Huckabee has scolded the anti-Trump conservative. More and more, we're hearing more conservatives coming out now and chastising the Never Trump group. And more are seeing how vile they are, how absurd they are with their comments and accusation. But Huckabee came out during a radio interview with a reporter on Sunday. The ex-Arkansas governor and former presidential candidate Mike Huckabee warned that the conservative movement does not get behind Trump. What they are doing is they are just giving the most flawed Democrat candidate since George McGovern the White House. And this would be absurd. Huckabee stated that he doesn't understand some of the people in the party, conservative leaders who feel like that. Well, if they don't get their guy, they are going to quit. Well, maybe they will, but Donald Trump, like it or not, has brought people to the Republican Party who have never been with us before, and I have been talking about that for a while. We got an influx, which oh, God, did we need that shot in the arm. I don't have the numbers, but we were getting out-recruited by the Democrat easily. And now we're getting an influx of new blood. And what do people do? They bitch about it. They bitch and complain and try to... They're trying to destroy, with their antics, whether they realize it or not, they are destroying the party because this new influx... They're not going to be hard right conservatives at first. And also, some of them are bitching, complaining because they're not hard right conservatives. They don't understand sometimes you're going to get people coming in and it's going to take time. It's going to take time for them to really learn the ways of conservatism and get over the myths. But no, they want everything instant. They're little children, and they want it their way, and they want it now. They don't know how to come together and work together. It's appalling. They are just as bad as this progressive left movement. This hard right, my way or the highway. Well, there's the highway. You need to learn how to work with people. Take your nose out of the clouds and work with the new people. And telling them this is the way it's going to be is not going to help. You're going to scare away, push away all these new people coming in, the influx. And what happened? What's going to happen? You're going to be sitting in a party by yourself with nobody else. That's what's going to happen. And that's fine. I would rather be by myself. Yeah, when you're by yourself, you have no one to fight with. Hence, this government will go to hell, and you won't have a country that you want to be a part of. And there'll be no way to bring it back from that. Huckabee scolded the anti-Trump conservatives. And rather than nitpick everything we don't like about Trump, what we ought to say is, thank you, Mr. Trump, for bringing people into the party. I won't go that far. But yes, Trump is bringing people into the party, broadening the base, giving us the opportunity to take out Hillary, which I think he has the best opportunity to do, and I bet he will win. Huckabee explained that despite losing to Trump, he will help the presumptive nominee defeat Clinton. Here's the guy that got his ass handed to him by Trump. He understands the way politics go and the way a battle goes. And he's not all butthurt and whiny. He beat me. I'm not going to back him. He did some mean things about me. You know what? Cruz did as much fighting. And it just goes to show he's not a man. He can't man up and lose. It's sickening. He's a sore loser, and I hate using that term over and over again, but that's what a bunch of these people are. They're sore losers. Whether you admit it or not, and if you're not, that's exactly what your appearance is giving. Your actions are speaking that you're a sore loser. So sick of that shit. Having a bad pain day, too, so. Neck is stiff as anything. Oh, damn. I think next break I'm going to have to get a muscle relaxer. But, it's... I don't understand it. It just does not. He goes on, I'm a guy who spent a year of my life walking away from the wonderful living to go and campaigning only to be defeated just like everybody else by Donald Trump. You know, I'm not going to take my ball and go home. Oh, God, I've used that one a few times, and I got told, I didn't play ball with Trump. I wasn't playing ball with Trump. I'm going to pick up the pieces, and I'm going to help Donald Trump defeat Hillary Clinton, because I guarantee you, whatever decision he makes, whether it's Supreme Court appointees or whether it's the leadership in dealing with the immigration policy or dealing with threat of ISIS or other radical Islamists, Donald Trump is going to be by far better for us. I guarantee you Vladimir Putin isn't going to be flying fighter jets 30 feet above a U.S. destroyer if Donald Trump is in the White House. With Hillary, they'll do more than just fly by. Huckabee was speaking in an interview set to air this past Sunday night on Aaron Klein Investigative Radio broadcast in New York at 970 The Answer and News Talk 990 AM in Philadelphia. Huckabee was asked what advice he has to offer Trump. He replied, I would tell him to do what he's done so far. That's be himself. Don't allow him to get suckered into getting into the mold of the Washington politicians, because the country is clearly rejecting politics as usual. They are rejecting the norm of what we have seen. I hope Donald Trump doesn't feel like he has to make too many accommodations. The accommodations need to be made on the part of the party insiders in D.C. who still don't seem to understand that they are the problem. And Trump turns around and he tries to, appease them. And he's done it recently. He's trying to, quote unquote, become more presidential. And what do people, look, he's changing his tune. He's changing what he's going to do. Look at that. He's flip-flopping. The man, the only thing he said is he will bring everything to Congress to discuss with Congress. Actually, that's where fucking government works, you morons. But he's trying, everybody wants him to act more presidential. He starts, watching what he says. Starts talking that the proper way is he's going to go through Congress. And don't tell me every fucking presidential candidate talks about stuff that they want to do, and they can't do any of them. Because I've heard that, well, he's talking about stuff he can't even do. He won't be able to build a wall. He's got to get permission. You just argued about every single fucking candidate. Every candidate says, this is what I'm going to do as president. They can't do it. President is nothing but a fucking figurehead, people. I'm sick of the bitching no matter what any candidate does. And this goes to any candidate. He would be the leader. He would bring stuff to Congress. That is what's supposed to happen. And now you're crying about that? Yeah, you're not upset about a loss. Oh, yes, you're not upset. You're just nitpicking every little fucking thing he says. No matter what he says, it will never be good enough for your attitude. And your attitude sucks. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday
I got things vibrating and typing at the same time, and it's not working. We've expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, as everybody hopefully knows by now. If you want to watch a broadcast, you can go to Reaver.1, click on the live stream, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, please. I'm totally out of it today, and I apologize. We got storms rolling in, and all my injuries just got me in some pain today. So, just a little bit off. So where were we? This one is, I love reporting on these. Ninth Circuit. Right to bear arm includes right to acquire arms. Jeez. You have the right to bear arms, but you do not have the right to own them. And trust me, the left try that shit all the time. But finally, we're getting more and more... More and more courts are siding with the pro-gun. You got more and more states that are siding with constitutional carry and the right to carry arms. State after state, they've been falling down. They've been striking down these gun control measures, and a lot of states are going to constitutional carry. It is beautiful watching as these anti-gun, number one, as they flip out about how they're losing and their realization. They think they're the silent majority, but they really are the loud, obnoxious minority. And it doesn't matter anymore. Well, it matters, but the screaming and yelling that they do, the courts are ruling. It doesn't matter what they think. Or they feel. I'm scared of guns. Man up. Oh, Lord, what the hell is the name of this? Hopefully you guys can hear this. Let's see. Sorry about this. I'm typing in. There you go. All right. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Circuit Court ruled Monday that the right to bear arms has historically included the right to acquire them and remanded the case of Tasha versus County of Alameda to the lower courts. It revolves around Alameda County zone ruling for incorporated areas that not only require a gun store owner to obtain requisition local, state, and federal permits for the business, but also make sure the proposed location of the business is not within 500 feet of a residential zone district, elementary, middle school, or high school, preschool, daycare, other firearm sales business, liquor store, establishment, and which liquor is served, which is a absolute joke. I stopped by a new gun store that's opening up in my area, and I got a nice little story for you on that one. Maybe, oh my God. Well, I go in there. Right now, they don't have all their permits set up. They're waiting for some final things, and our county was flipping out. There's a liquor store that's attached to one of our grocery stores. Yes, our grocery stores have liquor stores attached to them. And there's a restaurant at the other end of the shopping center. And they're, oh my God, you can't have that. You can't, oh my God, no. What if
is drunk and comes out of the liquor store and goes in and tries to buy a gun. Really? That is your idiotic idea. So anybody at any place can walk into a gun store drunk. Seriously, anybody, and I said that to the guy, and he's like, yeah, actually, you got a point there. I'm like, it doesn't matter whether you got a goddamn restaurant, couple doors down, or liquor store. Well, what do? Drinking in the fucking liquor store? Come on. And it's not like it's a major chain, and it's a mom and pop type. They're not going to be selling fucking guns to drunks. God, you fucking liberals are idiots on that shit. But as I said, I have a little story which made me laugh. Well, not all the way laugh, because it kind of pissed me off, too, at the same time. So I go in this new store. I get talking to the guy, and right now they don't have any the firearms. They got some uppers to AR-15s, and they got accessories and ammunition. And he's selling used uppers mostly from police department, sheriff's department, law enforcement. And we got talking, and I said, yeah. He's like, what do you got? I told him which handgun I had and the rifle. He's like, oh, what brand? I said, listen, I built it. It's all different companies mashed together. It's like, all right. We got talking, and he really starts going technical on me. Well, yeah. Listen, I built it. I kind of know what I'm doing, but you're going a little bit over my head. Well, how'd it shoot? I said, I haven't shot it yet. I haven't had time. I haven't had the money to go out to the range and all that, spend. The range fees I'm not worried about. The ammo fees I'm worried about. It's fucking expensive nowadays. Well, prices have gone down, but. And, yeah, that's funny also because I got told I'm buying Twitter followers. Yeah, I have so much money I can buy Twitter followers, but I can't go to the fucking range to go shooting nowadays. Yeah, that makes sense. Fucking morons. Well, anyways, I said I haven't shot it yet, and I'm kind of nervous. First got AR I've built. He's like, I'll take a look at it for you. All right. He's like, well, you really should sell it on Facebook, and I'll sell you one of these. They're a lot better. Okay, something. All right. So I bring just the upper in. I couldn't bring the lower in. I bring the upper. I go home and get it, bring it. And he's like, oh, no, see the tube here? Yeah, it's slightly too long for what you need. You got the wrong tube. I'm like, wait a minute. Everything he's saying is not making sense. Oh, you got to adjust it. The pressure piece has to come down here. No, it can't clamp down there. There's no holes. Everything is set right there. You know, everything by the book that I read, looked up on building it. Like, what he's saying is not matching up. He brings another one and he goes, here, look. See where the tube comes out there? Yeah. See how far forward that is compared to yours? And I'm looking going, they look exactly fucking same. He's like, oh, that's like an eighth to maybe a quarter, eighth inch too long. And I'm looking going, it's exactly the fucking same. He's like, good thing you didn't shoot it. It's going to blow up on you. It would blow up, and, you know, this piece is going to come flying out. That piece is going to come flying out. What? Something's not. Nah, something's not right. So I have another store that has a gun range in it on the way home. I stopped by because I only had the upper. So I go in there, and I ask the guy that's working, would you mind taking a look at this? I built it, and I got another place. I stopped by just to, you know. He's like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. He's like, I'm not an expert on the ARs, but I'll take a look. And there's a guy that was shooting in there that was hanging out. He's like, yeah, I'll give you an opinion. It's been 20 years or something like that. Army infantry. All right, come on over. You know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to these things. And he looks, he goes, no, that tube's perfect. I built God knows how many of these, took them apart, put them back together. That's perfectly fine where it is. I'm like, well, the guy's got me a little nervous and scared. He said the thing's going to fucking blow up on me. Guy's behind the counter goes, I'll shoot it for you. I don't give a shit. I'll shoot it. It's like, all right. And this was last Wednesday, so I'm in between shows, and I still got my Southside Much show. I come home, I'm like, oh, I got like 3 hours before the show. Grab everything, I head right back down, and I walk in, and they just start laughing. They were like, we didn't think you were going to take us up. Hell no. So, they grab the AR, we go in. He puts the clip in. Pulls the trigger, first round, click. Fuck, nothing. It's jammed. Son of a bitch. Took him about 5 minutes to get the jam out. Like, son of a goddamn bitch. Something major's wrong. And the guy was right. Blah, blah, blah. The guy takes it's called the BCG. It's the bolt carrier group out. And he's messing with it. And I can see where it's sticking a little bit. And I oiled the shit out of this. But I think I missed that one piece. He goes out, gets some sprays on it, gets it nice lubed up, puts it back in, puts clip in, and he just starts ripping shots off. He's like, all right, let's see how close you are on your scope. Gets down. Starts firing shots off. He's like, oh, you're just slightly down and to the left. Your scope's pretty good. You know, take you a couple of shots to zero in. But damn, your scope's pretty good. Like, I'm looking. He's like, there's nothing wrong with this rifle. You did everything right. I'm like, that son of a bitch was trying to snow job me to sell. Because he's not telling me, oh, I need to correct the issue. He was telling me, go sell it on Facebook. And then come in there and buy one of his uppers. That had me wondering right there. And so we will continue with this article on the 9th District. And I'm sorry I went on that little tangent. But it was like, holy shnikes, dude. You don't think I'm not going to check with another store? I'm not going to check with somebody else? Man. Well, that place just lost my business. I'll never buy anything from them. It's sometimes I don't understand these salesmen. Now, and a quick little thing before break. Everybody's like flipping out because Trump went to Hillary's wedding. And they're talking how great Bush, you know, backing all the people that back Bush and all that. When there's pictures of George Bush with his arm around Hillary and Hillary's head on Bush's shoulder. Listen, I don't have an issue with that. I really don't. Because do they have a political ideology difference? Yes, they do. To them, this is also a job. And yes, it is a job for them. I think more of them should be talking to each other outside of quote-unquote work. When they're not on the floor of the Senate or in the buildings. Maybe more things will get done if they come to common grounds outside of quote-unquote work. Maybe if they started acting like adults during work time. And don't tell me you can't get along with people and have an ideology difference between your business and your personal. I had a boss. We would pull up in the mornings. And we worked EMS. It was a transport company. We'd pull up, hey, did you catch the race? You know, sitting there bullshitting as we walk in. As soon as we clocked in, I'd look at him and be like, you're the worst fucking boss I've ever had. And he'd be like, you're one of the worst EMTs I've ever had. And we would bitch at each other all day long. And we weren't joking. We were ripping on each other. As soon as we clocked out, hey, you want to go grab a beer and let's go talk about the race this past weekend? And that's what we would do. Because why? Because we realized there's business and then there's personal. And personally, me and him got along great. We would go have beers. We would go bullshit. We'd go hang out. It was our work ideology that was different. But we both didn't cross that line. We knew there was a difference. So yes, I do think you can be outside of quote-unquote work as a senator, even a businessman, and then there's your personal. Do I think Hillary is... Well, yeah, I do think she is an evil woman outside of it. She helps cover her husband's stuff up. But, okay, Biner. I don't like Biner. And I talk politically because I don't know him personally. But do you think probably I could go have a beer with him? Yeah. Just because I don't like someone politically doesn't always mean personally that I would hate them. I don't know any of these people personally, so I couldn't give you an honest opinion on any of them. But maybe if they start talking outside of work, maybe more will get done during work. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Trying to make sense out of the senseless, and it's a tough job. Tough job. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded... We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to reaver.one. Click on the Reaver store. Pick yourself up a t-shirt. We got SHR Media t-shirts, Reaver t-shirts. We got Southside Mutt t-shirts. We're adding new stuff as often as we can think of it. We even got I Hate Whales for no other reason than to just piss off PETA. So I told you I'd get the information from you. I will be on Radio Jihad tonight with Kel and Tim Burton, I believe his last name is. It will be 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. It will be on Blog Talk Radio, Radio Jihad. I have the information up on Facebook. I will throw it up on Twitter, hopefully, after the show. And I got it on the Jersey Joe Facebook. So I look forward to being a guest. I am honored to be asked. I am honored, beyond honored. I've been asked just a handful of times to be on other people's show, and I'm always honored because that means that they have some respect and they like what the message that I'm giving out. Now, I was talking about the Ninth Circuit. They ruled and they actually sent it back to a lower court. And the excuses that they're using are absolutely ridiculous. After being denied the requisite county permit to open Valley Guns and Ammo due to complaints of persons within 500 feet of the proposed business, plaintiff John... I'm not even going to try his last name again. I forgot how to pronounce it. Contended that the 500-foot rule was tantamount to a backdoor ban on guns, and while there was some question over the exact distance between the proposed store and some of those who complained, the issue turned on the right of due process and the other rights protected by the Second Amendment. John challenged the Alameda County decision in the United States District Court of the 9th District, California. And give me 1 second. I thought I was getting told I got a notification pop up on Facebook. I'm like, dang, what do? Someone turned me in? Hey. No, it was something else. It just makes me laugh. People turn everybody in for so much, and conservatives are getting banned. Oh, and now you got, I think it's Romney and Dana from the Five. They're going to meet with Facebook Mark Zuckerberg as the conservative ambassador. Please. Listen, I agree with Breitbart. No private meeting. Do it out in the open. Do it in public where everybody can hear your answer so there's no double talking. Do it out in the open. And if you're not blocking conservatives like you say, you're not censoring the conservatives like you say you are, then why do you need all these meetings? Why do you need all these private meetings? Why? Because they are censoring, and everybody fucking knows it. And they're being used as a political censor machine. Especially here in the United States. They are swaying opinions on political matters. They're swaying elections on political matters by censoring. I don't care about his personal, but he is censoring the conservative message, blocking the conservative message, and only allowing not only, but allowing the majority of it to be liberal. When it's already been proven that the conservative message is happening more. We are being blocked from going on. I know, the liberals are like, yay, they shouldn't be able to talk their crazy stuff. Yay, you don't understand the Constitution. But I digress. I keep going off on tangents today. I just right turn, left turn, U-turn. In summarizing the latest ruling for the court pointed to the Ninth Circuit position that Alameda County had offered nothing to undermine the panel's conclusion that the right to purchase and sell firearms is part and parcel of the historically recognized right to bear and keep arms. Writing in a majority opinion, Ninth Circuit... Why do I got citrus on my mind? Maybe I need orange juice. Circuit Court Judge emphasized our forefathers recognized that the prohibition of commerce and firearms worked to undermine the right to keep and bear arms. The judge also pointed to the recognition of the importance of buying and selling firearms from the time of the English Bill of Rights, 1689, to the founding of the United States. Regarding the era in which the United States was formed, the judge explained that the states which ratified that Second Amendment did so believing they were not simply protecting a right to keep and bear arms, but to buy and sell them as well. And it was written that the historic record indicates that America continued to believe that such rights include the freedom to purchase and to sell weapons. In 1793, Thomas Jefferson noticed that our citizens have always been free to make, vend, and export arms. It is the constant occupation and livelihood of some of them. These liberals are going to keep trying every avenue, and yes, this was a backdoor ban that they tried to do. They tried to do it all the time. California's doing it, a backdoor ban, by adding an extravagant tax onto ammunition and firearms. They are trying to tax firearms into extinction. And yes, I will keep putting that message out there. Keep fighting these bleeding heart liberals when it comes to guns. You want to see what happens when you're not able to protect yourself? Come talk to me. I've gone over the story multiple times in my personal, and on this show, I've gone over it multiple times. You want it, come talk to me, and I'll be more than glad to tell you how I came about my opinions on why I know people should have the right to protect themselves. It doesn't guarantee that you are going to stop the bad guy. It's not going to guarantee that you won't get hurt or killed, but it does increase the chances of survival. Because when someone comes knocking and, well, they're out to do bad things, you don't get a redo. It usually does not end very good when you can't protect yourself. And I'll keep fighting to the day I can't breathe anymore and talk. I will fight for the right for firearms. I'll fight for the right for people to protect themselves. And I'll keep pointing out these fucking groups that are out there that are anti-gun. I find it really funny that they're surrounded by armed security. They complain about the NRA as they are financed by billionaire Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg is pumping millions of dollars every year into gun control. Difference between you and the NRA. The NRA has been researching its information. It has facts behind it. The anti-gun in Michael Bloomberg has feelings behind it. There's no stats backing it up. Murder rates are at an all-time low in the United States, and even Obama had to admit to that. He had to admit that also gun control was at an all-time low at the same time. Yes, I know he tried to correlate that the two do not match, but there's now statistics starting to come out, numbers coming out, that the cities that have gun control have a higher crime rate, have a higher murder rate, as opposed to those that allow people to carry. And more states are going to constitutional carry, and it's beautiful. More states are going to open carry, and it's beautiful. You don't want to carry, that's your fucking right. And you know what? As I'm carrying, I will still protect you. Because yes, in the state of Florida, I don't have to just think that it's my life that's in danger. If I feel your life is in danger, I have the right to help protect you. I not only will protect my family, I will help protect you when I can. And most of the gun-carrying people, and it's not because we want to draw our weapons, a majority of us never, ever want to have to draw our weapons. That is the purpose of carrying, is so we do not have to take a life. It's that old adage, speak softly and carry a big stick. Criminals know that you can't arm yourselves. You become prey to them. The reason they're criminals is because they want the easy way to make money, which is go after unarmed, easy prey. If you're armed and they think and know you're armed, well, they're going to be less enthusiastic about going after that person. And that's why we're having these shootings happen anymore, because they're happening on gun-free zone areas, which is a smorgasbord for psychos. I can't say it enough and often enough. The gun-free zones are creating victims and corpses. It is not protecting anybody. It was a great idea on paper, maybe. I can't see it being a great idea, but I can understand where they thought it would be a great idea. We'll make certain areas gun-free. And now lower the crimes from happening. Because if that was true, if that actually was true, don't you think they would make the whole United States gun-free? If it actually lowered the crime? If it actually stopped criminals, I would not have a big issue. I mean, it's still our Second Amendment right. But if gun-free zones stopped criminals, if laws stopped criminals, we wouldn't be discussing this, because making murder illegal, making robbery illegal would have been enough. Right there would have ended the conversation. We don't live in a fairy tale unicorn world. Criminals do not pay attention to laws. That's why they're criminals. You can make an infinite amount of laws, and they still will not listen to them. And then nowadays, when we have the left that's more protective of criminals than protecting our kids, they will start acting out. Yeah, dang, it's break time already. I call them breaks. Well, they're not really commercials. I mean, I'm not advertising for any company or anything, so I'm advertising for myself and SHR Media. So, well, you're listening to The Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. You can also catch me on YouTube and Spreaker. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, trying to make sense out of the senseless. Ouch. Oh, man, I can't wait till the show's done. It's going to be nap time for me. I am having one hell of a pain day. It's during the break, I talked to my wife, and she said that we got like 70% chance of a thunderstorm. So that's why I'm having such pain. Don't mean to bitch about it, but oh my God, it's a hard one today. Just chatting with Ken the Conservative during the break. I had gotten a little present for Sean, Sackhead Sean, and Ken the Conservative. I know Sean was heading out to Texas, so it was just easy to send my little present to Sean and have him pass it on. I'd gotten him iRigs, which is a little piece. It's beautiful plugging your phone into your mixer, and it makes it so much easier to take live calls. No, okay, Sean, actually, he's been back for, I don't know exactly, but I think the event was still going on, and he's back, but I think it's actually done. Hang on. Having a brain fart on spelling. Busting on Sean right now. I love it. Ken, I love Ken to death. He has been helpful, supportive. He was down here in Tampa at one time, and I was like, dude, you're in my town. So immediately it was, let's catch up for lunch. And I went out to, meet him for lunch. And Ken's got a great show. His show, I wish I could be as successful at this as he is with the amount of listeners that have that. Now, I'm not knocking my listeners, but holy shit, he has a following and a half, and I love his show. And when I went to lunch with him, we're sitting there talking, and he treated me as I had the number one rated show, and his show is just so much better than mine and so much more successful. But yet he treated me, as an equal, and he's very humble, and I can't speak highly enough. And when he found out that I was coming back from that little hiatus I took, and when he found out I was going to be at the show right before his, he just loved it. The fact that he ended up telling me to call into his show. It was last minute. We talked about everything going on, and I am honored to be associated with such great shows. I really am. So, and I can never speak highly enough about Sean. I mean, Sackhead Sean. Him and Sackhead Clint, their show is phenomenal, but for them to give me a chance and allow me to be on the air, I'll always be indebted to Sean. And I don't think him and Clint understand that I will always be indebted to him. I had a radio station, an AM radio station, contact me one time. And the first thing I said was, I'm still going to be broadcasting through SHR Media. No matter what, I'll always, until they kick me off, I will be here. So, all right, let's get on. Enough of the sappy stuff. All right, so the headline was, yes, Republican Jews support Donald Trump. The headline in the Politico asked Trump, bad for Jewish Republicans? The article suggests many conservative, small c, Jews are having trouble. What's the matter? The conservative Jews can't afford the big C? I mean, come on. That's going to get me in trouble. I can make those comments. I married into a Jewish family. No. Just big C, little c, big L, little l on the liberal. What the fuck? But the Jews are having trouble coming around to the GOP presumptive nominee. It does not cite polling data. Instead, it relies on opinions, such as those of Anti-Defamation League CEO and former Obama administration official Jonathan Greenblatt, which is a bit like asking the head of PETA what she thinks of steaks at Applebee's now that you changed their menus. There is no doubt that some Jewish Republicans detest Donald Trump, including some well-known pundits. But there are also many Jews who generally like Trump, like the gentleman who showed up at my Orthodox synagogue wearing his Make America Great Again cap. And I still laugh because everybody's bashing him over that Make America Great. He's not the first to fucking use it. Reagan used it. It's been Democrats that have used that in the past. People, it's been used before. It's not some... I mean, even the ones that are, like, freaking out with Trump and stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm a Trump supporter, but damn. He didn't make that saying up. I'm not saying he shouldn't use it, just he did not make it. It's... Oh, and if anybody tells you, on a side note, if anybody tells you that lemon water will help you drop weight, drinking more water will help you drop weight, they are full of fucking shit. That is so... Oh, that is bullshit as I ever heard of. And no, I don't go on eating binges or nothing like that. I hardly eat anything all day. I never do. Never have. Except when I quit smoking, I got the munchies and I put some damn weight on. Now I can't pull it off. Now, if I was smoking, I could have pulled that weight off that quick. I mean, I could drop 50 pounds in like a week with no problem back when I was smoking and younger. Now, I'm having trouble getting 5 pounds off. But let's get back on topic. Others will vote Trump simply because they vote GOP regardless, and Trump has a growing number of Jewish defenders, including figures like Sheldon Adelson, the big donor behind a Republican Jewish coalition. Here's what the Republican Jewish coalition itself had to say in its official response to Trump becoming the likely nominee. Also, don't forget, Oregon, today is your primary voting day. Get out there and vote. I mean, it's not over for Trump. He still has to get to 1237. It's not going to be that hard. He needs, I think, like 100. And there's still a bunch of states to come. And California, that's 172. I mean, he's pretty much locked it up, but get out and vote to make sure. Don't give any these never Trumps an opportunity to rear their ugly head again. But the Republican Jewish coalition congratulates Donald Trump on being the presumptive presidential nominee of the Republican Party. Throughout the course of this long campaign among Republicans, there have been unity in the belief that Hillary Clinton is the worst possible choice for a commander-in-chief. Secretary Clinton has proven time and time again through her record and her policies that her candidacy will compromise our national security. Yeah, she'll be doing everything through non-secure forms. Selling uranium even more to Russia through third parties. The woman is evil. And what's funny is there was, these blind interviews they do. And they were asking Hillary supporters, name one thing that she's done. Good. Name one thing that they could say, because they say she has all these accomplishments. Name one. Name one accomplishment that woman has done. And it has to be a good accomplishment. There's nothing. It's always chirping. And what I mean by that is crickets. That's all you hear. Oh, and speaking of SHR Media and Reaver of Common Sense will be having a contest soon. And the winner will get a pocket Declaration of Independence Constitution. It will be a pocket version. You can carry it everywhere you go and always have it on you. We're going to be giving a bunch of those away. So you're going to have to go to Reaver of Common Sense, the Jersey Joe Facebook and SHR, and watch for the updates on those. We're going to be giving away possibly up to 4 of them. I ordered 5 of them. I want one. So, I mean, if I'm going to spend money, I'm not going to be doing it on Twitter followers. I'm going to be doing it on stuff like getting pocket Constitution and Declaration of Independence books and giving them away. I'm not even going to ask for shipping. I'm going to pay for shipping out of my pocket. This is not sponsored by anybody. You know, there's so many people, Kel. There's so many people. She's saying Annie of Southern Sense never leaves her house without her copy. There is a lot of conservatives that carry it at all times. Eric Bolin, he always has it, and he'll pull it out during the 5. It is a great resource to have in your pocket at all times. But I'm out of pocket on this. I'll be paying the shipping on this. And then me and Sean have to get together, and we're going to talk to figure out what everybody's going to have to do to win. But we're not going to make it extremely hard, and then we'll pick out a winner. We'll pick it out fair, and it'll be sent to you. No cost, no nothing. But you're just going to have to keep checking on Reaver of Common Sense, Jersey Joe, and SHR Media Facebook pages. We'll give everything up to date on those 3 pages. That's 3 pages you can go to. So it might just be a click, like, and share type deal. I mean, something easy. You just hit like on the article and share it. That's it. I mean, that's how. I don't know what the rules are yet. We still have to set everything up. But that's how easy it's going to be. We're not going to make it something extravagant or tell us why what you would do as president. Or there's so many things we can do with it. We might run several contests or one big contest. But people, I want people to have these. I want them to understand. We had people walking around, even conservatives walking around. I had one of the discussions that I had Friday night on Twitter, which really hurt my head, was a woman saying that Trump's disqualified because he hasn't given up his tax returns yet. And I said, how's he disqualified? Well, all the other ones gave. I said, do you know the requirements? Yeah, they got to give their tax returns up. No, you don't. The Constitution just says 35 years old or older. 14 years resident, and a natural-born citizen. Those are the 3 requirements to run for president. You don't have to be a senator, a governor, a mayor, a council member. You don't have to be any of that. You don't have to be a lawyer. Businessman right now I want to see because we got economic issues in the United States. I mean, you don't get a business major, you don't get a lawyer when you have economical issues. Country's going to hell economically. We need someone that understands that. But I'm just floored. People don't understand. She's like, well, it disqualifies him. No, it does not disqualify him. You may not want to vote for him because he's done that. That's fine to say. But it doesn't make him disqualified. He's in all the requirements for being president he has done. They tried using these keywords, these trigger words, whatever you want to call them, to get you to not back the people. Oh, he's disqualified. Oh, I can't back him. People, there's a psychological warfare that they're also doing. And you're going to have the first female she's going to try to be the first female president. And she's going on the war on women is one of them. The one that's waging that war is her and her husband. Those are the ones that are directly attacking women. This is a woman that attacked a rape victim to discredit her and laughed about it. She thought it was funny. This is a woman that has protected a sexual predator. And yes, Bill Clinton is a sexual predator. And with that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pertinent Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Hang on. Just typing something out real quick. I thought I could finish before the break ended, but slow typer. We're talking, me and Kel are in the chat room about animals, and she's watching a transformation of a neglected dog, and how it's now getting attention and stuff, and it pisses me off the way people treat animals. I mean, you hurt my German Shepherd, you hurt my Yorkie Poo, I'm going to hurt you, plain and simple. And as I was typing it out, it still brings... I still get teary-eyed talking about my cat Jinx. I had a Mancoon black cat. He was beautiful. The devil, he was pure evil, which everybody laughed about. I mean, and when he was a kitten, brought him into the vet, and the vet assistant just looked at him, looked in the eyes, and said, he's got the eyes of the devil. And... yeah, he was like 16, 17 years old. His favorite spot, he would go underneath the Christmas tree and just lay down. He wouldn't mess with the tree or any of the ornaments, but he would go underneath the tree, I would have these little villages set up. I got these 1950s, 1960s train set houses that I've gotten they're handed down from my grandfather. And he would knock them over, knock them out of the way, and just lay down. Well... not last year, year before, saw him, and I had to get to the fish tank, and I kind of tapped his tail to wake him up, and he didn't move, and that just, that still gets me. So, we're going to get off that subject, but I still miss my little crackhead. We called him crackhead because he would take off running around the house for no reason and just bolt around, and it looked like he got into like a crack stash. So I was reading during the break also, right before I started talking about that. Manford he's already starting his campaign against the Hillary Clinton machine. The Clinton machine, they know how to win elections. They've done it multiple times. They had this whole system set up, and they don't go by any rules. They go out to attack. They go out for blood. They don't play this pussyfoot, I'm not going to do personal hits or anything like that. They will do what it takes to win an election. Well, that's what I like about Trump. Trump does not mind getting down and dirty. He will jump in those trenches and go right back at Hillary and her election machine. He will go right at Bill Clinton. Everybody's afraid to bring up, for some reason, the conservatives are afraid to fight back the way that the Democrats fight us. They're always trying to take the high road, and they fucking lose when they do that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And yes, Kel, actually my mother-in-law had a fish. I got God knows how many years she had. Her kids won it at a carnival. They figured out it would be dead in a couple of days. It was like 10, 11 years later, the thing's still alive. My daughter has one, a goldfish. It's messed up. We have a 90-gallon fish tank, a 55, and a 20. And she goes and wins a goldfish and is all ecstatic about that. So I had to get like a little 1-gallon tank for her room because you really can't put goldfish in with other fish. The 20-gallon tank has all the fancy guppies in it. At the time, I had the 55 with a bunch of fancy guppies, and the 20-gallon was for the fry tank. But now I got angels in the 55, and what are they? Australian rainbows are in the 90. I got a bunch of them in there. I need some more
and finish decorating the tank. But I can't put the goldfish in any of the tank. It would mess with all the other fish that I have. So it's in a 1-gallon tank. Me and my daughter just snicker about it. We got 4 tanks. It went from my brother buying my daughter a 20-gallon tank to me and my daughter expanding the hobby. And I still have another 55 sitting in the garage that I'm trying to sell. It's messed up. I've thought about putting it up in the, I guess my studio, you can call it. I just call it the computer room. My wife called it the computer room. And thought about putting it in here. You guys wouldn't be able to see it, but I love my tanks. I've actually learned how to take care of fish now and get the tanks going and all that. So, yes, carp live for, whew. But I'm thinking about, trying to think. If I were to get that 55 back going, I'd think about doing another, I can't remember their name. Cichlids. Going back to doing the cichlids. Because they got some beautiful bright colors, but they're aggressive as hell, and they kill each other. But that's for another show. Maybe I'll do more in depth on my tanks than I already just went too much into. Horowitz, he says he has no apologies for calling Bill Kristol a renegade Jew. My article, Bill Kristol, Republican spoiler renegade Jew, has created something of a firestorm on social media and inspired some illiterate and unjust attacks on Breitbart.com and also me. To answer one often repeated question, I did write the headline with renegade Jew phrase, and Breitbart chose to run it as is. Some illiterate anti-Semites have picked up on the phrase without understanding it. Some neoconservatives have called me names as well, displaying their old brand of inarticulate hate without bothering to respond to the actual argument of my piece. See, you know what, Kel? You typed that, and I actually knew what you meant. I don't pick on people's typing, unless you're being a douchebag. Not you, Kel, but if you're being a douchebag, yeah, I'll point it out. Because you know what? Especially when I'm on my phone typing, yes, I will have a lot of typos. And when I'm typing your, I might mean you are, and I just don't put the apostrophe in there because I'm typing on my phone and I'm just not paying attention. So I really hate when these the grammar Nazis come along. It's a joke. It makes me laugh, and it tells me if that's the only argument you have. Yeah, I won the conversation. I win. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. But yeah, you know what? People got to stop just looking at the headlines and need to start reading the articles. So many people do not read the goddamn articles. And how is a renegade Jew really that offensive? Is the guy Jewish? Is he acting like a renegade? Has he gone off the reservation? Oh, no, I said going off the reservation. Oh. So to clarify, I understand that a lot of conservatives are skeptical about Donald Trump as a Republican nominee. I respect their skepticism when it is attached to reasonable arguments, since no candidate is perfect and no one can know the future. I am put it in mind of the wits who said the Republicans are always looking for the perfect candidate while Democrats are looking for the perfect lie. But the primaries are over and Donald Trump is now the nominee. That means he is the only obstacle to the party of Obama, Hillary, and Huma Abedin. Of the Iran deal, the appeasement of Islamic Jew hatred beginning with the Hamas terrorists of Gaza, and the fatwa of terrorism of the West Bank, and mounting a third-party run which would split the Republican vote and elect Hillary. Now, I would love my listeners, because it's going to probably be the last thing I get to talk about for the show. Stop talking about third party. Because, number one, all those sites are
clickbaits. They want you to click to read, they don't have any basis for their article, but they get paid for clicks. And why I'm saying that? Because Texas is one of the main states that you would have to apply for to be a third-party candidate. That date has come and gone. They did not register a candidate. They would have to spend millions and millions of dollars to fight in court to put a third party in Texas, and they don't have the money. They don't have the political backing. All those political backings that were against Trump are now pissed at Never Trump, pissed at Bill Kristol because of the millions of dollars, close to $1 billion, that they wasted trying to attack Trump. They don't want to waste any more of their money. They're not going to waste their money with this jackass anymore. So this third-party dream is done and over with. Talking about a third-party run is just a dream. It won't happen. It can't happen. And if they do put one up now, yes, it would just be to help Hillary, because there would be no chance in hell that third party could win. The dates are passing. They don't have a candidate there. You need to run in all 50 states, people. Stop clicking on these sites. Stop passing that information around. With that, I'm going to say have a great day. And it's not see you tomorrow. It's going to be seeing you tonight. Tune in to Radio Jihad. It is on Blog Talk Radio. Just go to Jersey Joe Facebook page. I have it on there. I have it on SHR Media. I've passed that information out a lot. I will be a guest of Kel and Tim Burton on Radio Jihad tonight. Till then, have a great day.
Damn!
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.